What's going on? Happy Saturday, coming in live for a surprise episode. This morning's episode is going to be awesome, pretty stellar if you ask me. It's going to be about a gal who dropped 30 pounds. And the only reason why she didn't drop 30 pounds sooner was because of the brand of cottage cheese and the brand of Greek yogurt she was buying. So I'm pretty sure if you don't know what it is, this is gonna blow your mind. Like, you will find something in this episode that will absolutely transform your entire life. So if you are brand new to the breakfast show, I would love for you in the comments to drop the word new. I do want to welcome you to the community every Monday through Friday between 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. you are guaranteed an episode. And then on the weekends, we always have pop-up surprise episodes. I shouldn't say always because it's a surprise. So this morning is definitely a surprise. I had a conversation after listening to an Audible book with a gal who informed to me that the reason why she didn't drop 30 pounds sooner was because of the Greek yogurt cottage cheese she was buying. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share this with the world. So that's why we're on live right now. I am in my kitchen. It's 12:18 a.m. Eastern, or 18 p.m. here in Michigan. So it's not pre-recorded. I'm not a robot. If you Google or go to ChatGPT and you ask what time it is and it's 12:18 Eastern, then you're here live. So let's go ahead and dive in. A little bit of the biology of how the breakfast show actually became a thing was I struggled personally with my weight. I ended up going in, I got an email that said check in for your physical. And if I was to cancel it, I was gonna have to pay a $200 cancel fee. And I'm like, So I went in for my physical. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I got a clean bill of health. So nothing was wrong with my thyroid, nothing was wrong with my hormones. So my doctor sat with me and she gave me a prescription for what's called metformin. And coming to find out, metformin is a drug to actually treat prediabetes, but I wasn't a pre-diabetic. So I ended up having this instinct, like this little feeling inside of my belly, like, Michelle, I had a lot of people tell me and ask me if I knew Dr. James, which I would write that down. The Obesity Fix is a book that he wrote. So that day on the way home, I downloaded the Audible and I put it on because I hate reading books instead of the radio. And my life has completely transformed. I have now dropped cumulatively, actually I've gone to be total 180 to like 135 pounds. I have maintained it. I'm almost 40 years old, so I'm going through hormonal change in my life. I actually was just at the gynecologist yesterday, and I want to share that roadmap with you. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to tell you to do injectables. I'm not going to tell you that you have to do a meal plan. You're not going to have to give up foods, desserts, or alcohol. So there really is no better way. And the reason why I went to 450,000 followers was because no one really shares and tells this and shoots you straight the way that I do. So I'm really excited to share this with you. You're going to have so many tools in your toolbox today. So I'm super excited about that. And the first thing that I want to cover, I'm not only going to tell you what to like, I'm not going to tell you and give you exactly everything. I'm going to give you a why behind it, because there's going to be some days that are harder than others. There's going to be some days where you have this really high, but there might be days where you have a really low. But because of the why behind the three things that we're going to talk about that are the fundamentals to weight loss, the why is actually going to come in and trump the reason you don't want to do it. So I'm not that girl who's like, go do this. I'm going to give you the why behind it. And just know always, in my community, I'm doing everything that it is that I'm sharing with you. So let's go ahead and dive into the number one thing that I like to talk about, which is the most, like, you're probably going to be like, oh, no brainer. But let's really dive in deep and let's see if your cottage cheese or your Greek yogurt or your protein bars or your protein shakes are the reason why you're not dropping weight. Because again, what I'm going to share with you is going to blow your mind. So number one is our protein intake. So protein is actually one of the most abundant things made up in our body on top of water. We literally are made up of an entire system of Legos. Literally, like we have Legos, they're short chain amino acids, they're little peptides, and they're what send all the messages to every area in the body. And they're super, super, super important. So with protein, your goal should be your desirable weight. So right now, I do need you to do a little bit of an assignment. You're gonna go to Google or ChatGPT and you're gonna be like, hey, I'm a 5'7" female. And what is my desirable weight? And it always tells me it's between like 129 and 150. The number that's the biggest is the number in grams you're gonna shoot for. So again, it's going to give you a range. The highest number at the high end of the spectrum is now your new goal for grams of protein. So pounds turn into grams of protein. Let me just share something with you. When I saw 150 grams, I was like, there's no way that's even possible. 150 grams of protein is 600 calories. I'm going to tell you right now that 600 calories worth of protein is possible, especially because I'm going to give you a trick that's literally going to blow your mind. And number two, 150 grams of fat, which is your cheeses that I had in every meal, the egg yolks, which I had every morning, the avocados, the nuts, the seeds, the peanut butters, the olives, the olive oils. 150 grams of fat is 1,350 calories. So I'm telling you right now that it's going to blow your mind, and 600 calories worth of protein is 100% doable. So you burn 30% more calories eating protein. The reason why we're on the high end of the spectrum when it comes to your ideal weight is because we need to get the metabolism back to where it once was. And we want to put it on override. Okay, number two, you improve your muscle tone. It's really going to be a horrible thing to happen. There was a gal, I was just at a cheer comp, and one of the people's dad is in the hospital. And he's in the hospital and he's probably going to go on hospice because he went from breaking something, a body part, to him having an infection, to him going sepsis, to him now being on hospice. Protein improves muscle tone. It is so important even for women approaching the age of 30 to make sure they're improving their muscle tone to reduce the risk of osteoporosis, fibromyalgia, broken bones. And the third thing, it's actually how the body goes through the feelings of fullness and satiety. After listening to 40 plus Audible books now, I've come to find, I took an entire year of literally testing my glucose levels. When I met my husband, he had like this machine and he would check his blood sugar levels because he was kind of hypoglycemic. He thought he'd get sick if he didn't eat. I started doing it, and there is a direct correlation to healthy glucose levels if you're getting the proper protein versus when you're deficit inside of it. So those are the three reasons why. I'm going to teach you a little hack that you can take with you to any market, and then here's where the first tool comes in. We're going to figure out the protein you've been buying has actually been ostracizing you. So when you look at this, you're going to always see right here, hi Melanie, 70 calories, okay? You're always going to see calories towards the top, okay? Calories don't matter, but this is going to tell us how many grams of protein. So number one is to identify the calories. We've got 70 calories, we found it. Step number two is we want to cover the last number. So if I cover that last number, when I go to protein right above my pinky, there should be 7 plus. So 7 or 8 or 9, it's 14. This is a true protein, because let me tell you something, labels don't have to be approved by the FDA. They do not have to, so they can put any type of marketing they want on top of it. What up, girl? So what happens is the second thing I would do now is I wouldn't just pick the one that's the cheapest. Now is the time where you get into an app called Yuka. So Y-U-K-A, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna scan it, and it has a good rating. It has 78 out of 100, and it's green. Prior, when I was my ultimate heaviest, I've always saved this, and I have gals who go and buy this because they think it's good. This is infested with toxins, dyes, and carcinogens. So step number one is to download that YUKA app. Step number two is the foods you've been using. This is a poor rating, okay, and it's in an orange bracket. So if I click on why it's poor, there's additives that are in bright red. 2 of them are high risk. So if I look at what's high risk inside of it, this tells me that there's an effect on weight. In the long term, it can promote overweight, type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation, and digestive tract, and metabolic disorders. It has acetylflame K, which is a sweetener. Number 2, it also has sucralose. This sweetener could be associated with type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and chronic inflammation. So I want you to go the extra mile at the market. When you see 6 brands of Greek yogurt, 6 different brands of cottage cheese, which one is YUKA approved? That app is now going to be your best friend. I have my toothpaste, I have my lipstick, I have everything I use now, and my husband is Yuka approved because I want to share something with you. We live in a country where we have free range, we have freedom. And there are countries like over in the UK where they don't. They cannot have certain things in their foods. I kind of like argue with my husband sometimes, wishing it was like that here, but at the same time I like freedom. It is up to us to do our due diligence. us. So if you're buying foods on the daily and you don't know if they have toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, let me tell you something. The girl I talked to today, the only reason why she struggled for so long to drop the weight was because of the food she was buying. Toxins, dyes, and carcinogens, all they do is raise cortisol levels and they raise glucose levels, and it looks like a big halo. It tells your food to come in and store as fat in the fat pockets of your body. That's not supposed to happen. Food is supposed to be coming in and be used as energy or stored as energy. Okay, we have dopamine. We know what some things do to our dopamine over time, what the side effects that come in. It is what it is. You can look at me and tell me I'm crazy, until you're blue and black in the face, but until you listen to 40 plus Audible books and learn what it is that I have learned, I'm telling you right now, this will be a game changer. Drop a 1 if you agree. Drop a 1 if you didn't know this. So that's the protein. Now that you have a why behind protein, now that you have clarity behind protein, and now that you have a tool for protein, tell me right now in the comment section that you're more prone to go after protein. I am going to say the ones who get the best results, the price you're going to pay today to get inside of an app that you're going to have forever, that's going to tell you like, hey, are you getting 30% or more of your calories you eat from protein, 40% or less from fats and carbs? And then is the food you're using YUKA approved, which I can see on my end, is to do 7 days with me. Those are the ones, the price now versus what this is going to cost you long term. Right now you get those 7 days in the app and everything you need to be successful for a one-time fee of $67. If you have not been a Power Play student of mine, which comes with all 5 modules that you need to be successful that you can tune into on your way to work, make sure you drop Power Play, because for 60 days it's been completely sold out. And right now there are spots open for your mentorship. Okay. Number 2. So we talked protein. Let's talk water. Your water intake. What is up with water? So many people, including myself, when I started eating, for the protein concept, bars, again, search them. The Kirkland protein bar is amazing. It's clean and it's YUKA approved. The protein powder that I use, you can actually cook with it. So I use the Orgain brand. This right here has no dairy, no soy, non-GMO, no sugar, less than 4 grams of carbs, and you can cook with it. All I care about is it doesn't taste chalky. This morning I made crepes, I make waffles, I make cake, I make ice cream, I make muffins. Everything I make is made with this, and they have 50 flavors on their site. Actually, drop the word link in the comments. I'm more than happy to share that link with you. I think they have a promo going on this weekend for a post St. Patrick's Day sale. Okay, that's the protein. Just make sure it's YUKA approved, because what happens for that Power Play ticket, I pinned it right here for you because I know many of you that watch the replay have been waiting for spots to open. If you go to thebreakfastshow.net, you'll see a little link for Power Play. Okay, for the protein powder that you're asking for in the comments, I think I say your name, is it Asma? You go to thebreakfastshow.net and it's under the advanced protein guide. That's where you'll see the Orgain protein link. Okay, that's where you'll find for that protein powder that I was just talking about. So water is actually how the body burns fat. It's really crazy because I'm sure you've heard of liposuction. I've actually gone into places where they do liposuction and sat outside the door and kind of just asked people how much water they were drinking. Liposuction was created, that term, the scientific term, by your body. Our body goes through a fat burning process every single day. And the fat burning process is called lipolysis. What do you think came first? If we look at the hierarchy, do we think that lipolysis came first, which is how the human body burns fat, or liposuction? The answer is lipolysis. So now you're never going to forget that. There's 365 days out of the year, and we have 365 days to burn fat. How many days are you actually burning fat? After the age of 30, we start losing about 0.02% of that metabolic function. So it does start to decrease, but we can come in and biohack that. Here's how we're going to do it. I started adding Mio and Crystal Light to my water. Okay, so I just want to show you when I found out that I was putting on large amounts of weights because of the toxins, dyes, and carcinogens found inside of them, this all started to make sense. But I was the girl who walked around and said she didn't like water. So I want you to tell me in the comments if you are someone to infuse your water, what you're putting inside of it, because when I look at the Crystal Light that I was using every single day, I look at how it has this bad review. It's rated a 0 out of 100. This again is called the YUKA app. So when I click on the additives, there's actually 4 high-risk additives that are inside of the Crystal Light. Let's go ahead and look at Red 40, which causes in children, it talks about, let's see, long-term, I don't want to read all of this to you, ADHD, it has aluminum inside of it. What else are we looking for? We also have inside of it yellow 6, which affects and disrupts the microbiota, which is inside, notably sperm alteration in men, and it's carcinogenic. So we're talking cancer now. We have blue 1, which also causes hyperactivity and deficit disorders in children. It also is cystotoxic and I don't even know. Okay, certain cases it contains aluminum. There's a lot of information. So again, when you add toxins, dyes, and carcinogens inside of your water, all it does is elevate levels of cortisol, levels of glucose, and that's telling your body right now to store food as visceral fat in the fat pockets of your body. Nothing you do is gonna work, and that is correct. So when I talk to women who tell me every year they're putting on between 5, I know you're busy, but sometimes can you get time? Can you send me one of your giveaway samples? Sure. Okay, so literally half the time it's because of what they're using. So water, now I infuse my water. We don't have our water turned on right now because my husband's remodeling our bathroom, but usually I have watermelons, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, or grapes. Sometimes more like the salty type, want lemons or limes or cucumbers. So that's what you're gonna infuse your water with, or you need to find something that's YUKA approved. What I like about the Yucca app is when it gives something a bad rating, it gives me healthier alternatives. So the BA water, BAI, is actually a good one, or Hint, or hydrating lemon water peach, which is called Lemon Perfect brand. Hint again, and then Mela, watermelon water, Mela, and then Juicy Waters fruit. It gives me a whole list. There's 6 things in there for an alternative. So that's why I love that app. That's the concept of water. You are better off and your body functions the best when you drink water between every 90 and 120 minutes. We don't want to go longer periods than 120 minutes, which equals 2 hours. Okay, so you don't want to be the person that wakes up in the morning and chug water. You don't want to be the person that chugs water in the evening. Your bladder will actually alter within 90 days. So you've got 3 months to do a short-term sacrifice for a future gain. I had to do that. I didn't enjoy it in the beginning, but now I'm very regular and it's okay. Number 2, set a timer. I kept getting into bed and it was 8 o'clock at night and it was another day that I forgot to drink my water and it was too late to do it. So now I wake up every day and on my phone, literally there's a sticky note. Sometimes I have to replace it because it's not as sticky and it says water and I start drinking for 15 seconds. And I repeat that cycle every 90 minutes. It goes off on my iWatch. It's actually gonna go off in 41.5 minutes, it says. I encourage you to set that timer. I encourage you to infuse it with other things that are not, you're fine, babe, carcinogens, toxins, dyes. The number 3 thing, set the timer. It's how the body burns fat. And if you do drink coffee, if you do drink pop, or you do drink alcohol, those are diuretics, meaning you directly take your body and you put it right inside of the sun and it sucks the water out of you. It's okay to have those things, right? But you've got to total the ounces. You've got to add the ounces. If you have a pour like this of beer, you got to add that water and drink it after. If you use a pour of coffee like this, so really the actual formula is half of your current weight in ounces of water every day. Any ounces of pop, alcohol, or coffee, you add back in. We have a great question from Miranda. Miranda asked if you can drink coffee to lose weight. The only reason why people are telling you not to is because of the pesticides found within coffee, because of the soil depletion, because of the roasting of the hot compress that it takes for the roasted beans that do become carcinogenic. I moved from Rise Coffee, which has one ingredient that isn't the best ingredient for you, to a brand that's called, it's a nootropic blend. Just be very careful. Like this one right here has a poor rating. And the reason being why, if I were to pull it up, it has an ingredient and when you have toxins and pesticides and carcinogens inside of it, literally guess what happens, okay? Some of the mushroom coffees are excellent. It's a different one. It's an herbal mountain rose herbs. And the reason being why, what is it? Most of them have pesticides inside of it. So here's the deal that I want you to look into. What do I use? I use a nootropic blend. Mine has the L-theanine, the lion's mane mushroom, the cordyceps mushroom, and it also has Ceylon cinnamon. Too many influencers out there are showing up and telling people to add cinnamon. Cinnamon actually elevates kidney levels. I know it improves insulin sensitivity, but Ceylon cinnamon doesn't affect kidney levels. So Ceylon cinnamon is in mine, along with the cordyceps lion's mane mushroom. Actually, if you drop the word coffee in the comments, I'll send you a video of exactly the rainforest this specific Colombian brew comes from. And right now, Lisa, they're offering, you can get a bag for 30 days money back guaranteed. If you drop in the comments the word coffee with a star, I'm more than happy to send a link to you. As far as it being a weight loss coffee, a lot of people are down 5 to 7 pounds within the first couple of weeks because they're removing the pesticides out of their coffee. So great question. That's the coffee component. I'll never give up coffee. So I have a cup of the brew. I have 2 cups every day. I add an almond milk that is unsweetened. That's YUKA approved. And I add a stevia in the raw packet to it. Okay? Will be different. I will be there this Thursday, April. Okay. So this is where you can find the video. If you just send me, Nancy and Isabel and Janelle, a direct message on Facebook on my main page, it says message, I'll send you the video. This morning, I made sure there were bags in stock because this specific coffee is backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and CLEAN. Anything I share with you, I've done my due diligence with 40 plus Audible books. So I pay the extra $1 to have something that's clean, third-party validation, and proven because there's like lawsuits out there right now. Example for a big brand known as David Bar, where they lied about the calories in their bar and the texturizing agents inside of it. I want science, I want clinicals, I want validation, I sleep better at night. So if you put this in your web browser, this link, you'll see the word Nueva. And this specific coffee is called Nueva Morning. That's where you're gonna find it. As of this morning, I saw that if you spend $75, guess what? You get $20 off, okay? Kelly, no, it's fine. I just took it out. There was one thing that was, I don't even remember what. I was looking more for this. It's a no crash clarity energy, okay? So that's the coffee component. With the water, drop a 1 in the comments if you have more of a why to drink it. Water, the moisturizers I was using, guess what happened? There was toxins and dyes and carcinogens inside of it. Drop in the comments what you use on your face and we can look in the app right now to see. We're rubbing it directly into our bloodstream. Men are using testosterone that actually increases their levels of testosterone. I'm telling you right now that it's crazy what actually seeps through our skin. My toothpaste, my arm, everything I was using was filled with toxins, dyes, and carcinogens before the YUKA app. So make sure with your water that you are using that app and realizing that I don't use any moisturizers anymore. This is the watering of my skin. You're gonna see a dewy texture. You're gonna see and feel better with a higher immunity because it also detoxifies you. So that's the second thing for weight loss, okay? So here's the third thing. When it comes to water, soda water does count. So if I were to take this, but there are some soda waters that don't count. The ice waters that are at Costco that have a bunch of yellow and green and red, those are actually causing you to become more overweight over time. This has an excellent rating. Do you see 100 out of 100? It's green. There are soda waters out there that do not have that. And they might say natural flavoring on them, which tells you nothing. So again, add in your water, make sure you scan it with the YUKA app. Let me put the spelling of that in the comments for you, Selena. I just want to make sure that you see what it is. It's YUKA. I just dropped it there, okay? Number 2, if you have any type of brain fog, approaching 40, that's something that happened to me. If you have any type of performance and recovery in the gym that has declined, and if you also have any type of hormonal headaches, yesterday I was into the gynecologist and we talked about my headaches that were reported, all of that has gone away from me. Number 1, because I've removed a lot of these toxins and dyes, but number 2, I learned all about the blood. So I want you to look at your arm right now, and I want you to look at your arm, and I want you to look at your veins, okay? When you see people who have big pumped up veins, usually they follow Gary Brecka. He's the ultimate human. The guy is literally, you think I'm inspiring? Holy crap, he spends most of his days diving in and looking at the biology of the human body. The width of your blood vessel has to do with what's called nitric oxide. They measure the width and they measure how fast it goes through and how big it flows through. Would it be good for blood to be going through this much, that much going to every area in the body, or this little bit? The bigger, the better. They have come to find out hydrogen, but a lot of people, when you look at a label, I need you to look at the example of this hydrogen water from Target, which has toxins, dyes, and carcinogens inside of it. There's also tablets as well that I got from TJ Maxx. Bad example. The first ingredient listed in anything that you're using is what you find the most of. So before I found this out, the first ingredient in my peanut butter was sugar. The last ingredient was peanuts. That is not good. Your first ingredient up in your hydrogen water should be hydrogen. So I use one that's backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and CLEAN. This dilates the blood vessel. You don't want a tablet, you want a crystallite format. Lisa, great question, for better absorption. This is molecular. I literally pour it into the water, okay? It's clear. It turns bright yellow within about 5 hours, telling me, or 5 minutes, telling me that the hydrogen has been oxidized. I drink it and guess what happens? Hydrogen crystallites dilate the blood vessel 10 times for 10 hours. That's what's called nitro. The only downfall about nitro is there's only 3 flavors in stock as we speak. You can do lemon lime, you can do black cherry, or you can do grape. There's a video that actually explains it better than I can. If I share that nitro video with you with the hydrogen expert who's actually traveling in Australia right now, drop the word nitro in the comments and I'll be more than happy to share it with you. If you're like, Michelle, I could care less. I'm looking to improve my brain fog, improve blood pressure, improve headaches or migraines, up my performance and recovery in the gym. If you drop nitro with a star, they'll send you a bag to your door, shipping it today for 30 days money back guaranteed. Drop nitro with a star. And Kelly, I put the name in the comments for you of Gary Brecka. Okay. So all you have to do, Isabel, for that video, again, is just get directly into my inbox. On Facebook, there's a little button that says message. I invite you to message me. I would love to share the video with you. Okay. If you want to claim it, I went to thebreakfastshow.net this morning. That's how I know there's 3 flavors in stock. You will see there under Nueva. So this is step 1 in the web browser. Why the comments disappear. Step 2 is to go to Nueva. It's called Nitro. You won't miss it. Okay. Again, if you spend $75, you're getting $20 off. I use it every single day. It's in me for 10 hours right now, and it dilates the blood vessel 10 times. It's proven in a clinical trial and proven through science on the body. Okay. That's as far as the nitro. The third thing is fiber. You know, I love my father-in-law so much. He's like always sending all these articles in the newspaper and like about health and fruits and veggies. But he thought for the longest time, this morning I actually called him and I'm like, Dad, you need to figure out how to get this app because this right here has toxins, has dyes, and has carcinogens inside of it. So when I heard that I needed 25 grams of fiber to lose weight, I just went and wanted to buy a supplement. I'm going to buy this supplement, I'm going to drink more water, and I'm going to add this garbage to my water. And the scale just kept going up. Every year I was putting on 5 to 10 pounds and I was blaming it on my age. It was this crap. So again, step 1 is to get the YUKA app. And if I put this in my app right now to be like, I wonder if my fiber, all your answers are going to come true today. Why does it matter? Every time you have toxins, dyes, and carcinogens inside of your body, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's raising cortisol levels. Metamucil has a 0 rating out of 100. And when you have toxins and dyes and carcinogens that raise cortisol, raise glucose, and affect the adrenals in your body, it's telling your body to simply take your food and store it as fat. Instead of using as energy, you're storing as energy. You're most likely tired. You most likely have chronic fatigue. Do you want to know why? Look at this. Autoimmune disorders. Our freaking autoimmune disorders, our psoriasis, our ADHD, our cancer, everything is higher because of the stuff in our food and drinks, just so you know. Okay? So when I scan it, there's 3 high-risk additives. The number 1, when we look at yellow 6, tells us that in men, guess what happens? It stops their body from creating sperm. And then also effects on fertility and reproduction following chronic daily exposure. Low doses were observed in human beings. There you go, whatever, okay? So fiber should be 25 grams. The best source is obviously what? 8 grams in 1 cup of berries. So blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. 7 grams in 1 cup of leafy greens. So you've got your broccoli or your spinach or your leafy greens. 7 grams in 1 cup. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds is 10 grams, but your chia seeds is 150 calories. So if you're a high caloric person, you got to be careful. The third thing, I buy a bread. It's called Carbonat. You can write this down. Maybe I'll put it in the comments actually. So just like you would spell carb with an O-N-A-U-T, it's Yucca approved. It's $11 a loaf. There's 15 grams of fiber and 40 calories. So that's my supplement. 2 pieces of bread a day that actually taste good. Okay? I get it from a Better Health food store. Put it in the comments. So I get 30 grams. You do not want to go over 40 grams of fiber. Too much of a good thing is just as harmful as it is good for you. Let's talk about why fiber. So there's 2 types of fiber. Coming to find out a little bit of the biology behind it, at first I was like, this is stupid. But then I was like, hey, having this why so strong, I show up and eat my fiber on a good day, bad day, busy day, or ugly day now. Because I want to lose weight every day. I want to be healthy. I don't want to start packing the pounds on. I want my metabolism to function. I want to feel good. Okay, so number 1, your fiber, there's 2 types. It's the only thing you could ever use in your diet where it swells to the width of your intestinal tract. We've got 2 intestinal tracts I want to show you. I want to show you the look of an unhealthy intestinal tract that is infested with toxins and bacteria. Why? Because, why? Not enough fiber, not enough water, not enough movement. Food cannot make its way through the intestinal tract, okay? Number 2, it literally should look like a big swirly snake. That's what our intestinal tract looks like, and it should be pinkish like a gum. It should be like a pinkish color, like a bubble gum, right? And we have one where we have lots of toxins, lots of dyes, and lots of carcinogens right here. Lack of fiber. This is what it's supposed to look like, okay? This is someone who's getting the proper amount of fiber. Do you really think all the food that you ate last night, just everything just flew through it if you're deficit in water, if you're deficit in fiber, if you're deficit in movement? There's particles left behind. It's just like leaving out food. Guess what's going to happen? Next comes the mold. When you have toxins and dyes and carcinogens, we now have side effects coming in from being deficit in fiber, which I had every one. Do you have inflammation? Do you have bloating? Do you have irregular bowel movements? Do you have foul smelling gas? Do you have weird noises going on within the stomach area where people can hear it? You are probably most likely deficit in fiber, or you're using the wrong sources. So that's the reason for fiber. It keeps a really healthy green, pinkish gum-like, it looks like your gums, inside the intestinal tract, keeping it free and clear. You'll see an improvement within 72 hours into all of those side effects that we talked about. So that's the fiber component, and you do not supplement fiber. To be honest with you, so she's asking if I recommend any supplements. Great question, Carlene. The only one I would ever say that you have to do is collagen, because you stopped producing it at 20. So each year after 20, because it's so important to improve the risk of osteoporosis or fibromyalgia, also your hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, skin's elasticity, and your gums, that's collagen. And at 20, you start losing 1% of the type 2 collagen in your body every year. So someone like my father-in-law, you know, it's never too late, but they don't realize that. And did you know there's 5 types of collagen? I went through 20 collagens and they were all the wrong type because I didn't know this until I listened to 40 plus Audible books. There's a type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, and type 5. Obviously the most important one is the type 2 because it's what we become deficit in. So if we add a type 2 collagen, it activates type 1, which is dormant. 1 and 2 activate type 3. Now you have them all working for you. You'll notice in 30 days a massive improvement to hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, and your skin's elasticity. I've never in my life had contour, any type of contour work done to my stomach or my arm muscles, even after having a C-section, okay? The main reason why that hump went down and my elasticity doesn't shake after losing now over 35 pounds is because of my collagen. So make sure it's a type 2, just make sure it's a liquid. You want a liquid type 2. Why liquid? Water soluble for absorption, right? What we talk about, the first ingredient listed in anything that you purchase, it's what you find the most of. So type 2 collagen should be right up here to the top ingredients. You don't want it the last ingredient. That's what you find the least of, okay? You don't have to use hyaluronic acid anymore. You don't want to. You're strictly putting it straight into the skin or retin A. Toxins, dyes, carcinogens, it goes directly into the bloodstream. So as much as we think that, hey, we're not eating it, it's still going into the bloodstream. We have to be very careful because this is allowed in the United States because we have freedom. Places like the UK can't even have products that are against the law to be in their country. So all you have to do is use organic tremella mushrooms. Eat them at the same time as your collagen. Okay? It mimics hyaluronic acid. It's the best hack that's out there. If you learn something new, drop a 1. So the one that I use, literally, liquid type 2. Do I recommend a good brand? Yeah, so this one actually is 4 supplements inside of 1. Okay? It took me a long time to find the perfect fit. This has fenugreek, which you can look up. Fenugreek supports the gut lining, okay? Number 2, it's got the type 2 collagen. It's a medical grade. Number 3, it has the organic tremella mushrooms already found inside of it. And number 4, it has a fat burner. I cannot do any type of caffeine. So it's a fat burner that comes all the way over from Italy. Italy has climate control that they have this most beautiful blood red orange. So I thought that I was gonna go there because everyone there is so thin. The Morosil, M-O-R, let me put it in the comments. It's literally in a patent study that if you use it for 12 weeks, body fat percentage, the number on the scale, body fat composition decreases in 94% of the consumers at the 12-week mark. Why did 6% not get results? They quit before 12 weeks or they were not consistent. Shame on them, okay? So this has the Morosil blood red orange inside of it. It's a fat burner. It's got your daily dose. It comes over from Sicily for the first time. You can't take the fruit back, so it's awesome that they finally infused it into a collagen. So type 2 collagen, main ingredient, it's medical grade, proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, organic tremella mushroom, the fenugreek to support the gut lining, and the Morosil fat burner. No, it's only $69. I'll pay more money to not have junk, because typical ones out there aren't even UKA approved. Again, you're adding toxins, dyes, carcinogens in the body. You think you're helping your joints, muscles, hair, skin, nails, and you're actually causing more harm. Okay? It's 1 tablespoon. It does have to stay in the fridge. I'm out of every flavor besides chocolate raspberry and chocolate mint. There's a video that explains it better than I can. Actually, if I share that video with you on this medical grade weight loss collagen that's proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and clean, drop the word slim in the comments. I'll send you the video, okay? Right now, this typical bottle does run at $109 for a whole month's supply. You'll lock in the price at $89. The price can never go up. There's always a promo on it, and today you get a bottle for $69. So if you want to grab a bottle because no one's ever explained it to you and you want to start watering the hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, from the inside out, drop the word slim in the comments with a star. I went out and found medical grade fenugreek. I went out and found medical grade type 2 collagen. I couldn't get my hands on the Morosil blood red orange, and I could not get, and what else did it have? Fenugreek, type 2 collagen, Morosil. Oh, and the organic tremella mushrooms. The taste of them, eating them, it was more than the monthly supply. So I'd rather take one thing every morning. I leave my tablespoon out. I take it. That's all me and my husband have to know. He's 54, turning 55 in June. I'm sure you've seen his transformation story. My crow's feet and my 11s. And I saw my mom yesterday. She's turning 65. Her as well. Okay? For the video, you do have to send me a direct message. But let me tell you something that's exciting. Message me Slim. I'll share the video. If you message me at if you go to thebreakfastshow.net in your web browser, you do have to type that in. You'll see New Wave Up. You'll see a single pack. That is a full month supply of the Slim. It's called Snow Slim. Just like it sounds. So slim, but Snow Slim. Snow Slim is what it's called. Check the comments. The Duo Pack, you now save more per bottle. That's a 2-month supply. The Trio Pack, hello, 12-week supply. You're now a part of a patent study. That's even cheaper per bottle. That's the Trio Pack. That's the one that I do. I will never stop supplementing with it because we become deficit in collagen, and Berber Bini is not a good fat burner for me. It causes jitters because of the caffeine. And then CLA, conjunctuated linoleic acid, has seed oils and it's awful for your body. It's literally inviting into your body what? Toxins, dyes, carcinogens. It's not good. Raising cortisol levels, raising glucose levels, telling your body to store your food as visceral fat in your fat pockets instead of using it as energy. Choose your heart. It's just like the app. Get your YUKA app. Scan your cottage cheese and your Greek yogurts today. Are you now going to pay the extra $1? Now you know that you know? Yes, right? So that's the protein concept of it. We talked about how the entire body is literally made up of 150% protein. So if you can relate to this person, say that you're like, Michelle, I feel kind of stressed out. Like I have the YUKA app and I'm realizing every food that I've been ordering, everything's a bad rating. You might be stuck like these gals. Look at them. They thought that it was menopause. Look at her, okay? Her food was all being stored in her belly. It was not being used as energy. She was very lethargic. It was not being stored as energy, okay? This was too many toxins and dyes and carcinogens. After a while, the peptides, the short chain amino acids stop responding. Stay with me, team. Right here is 6 weeks. Same with her. If you have any type of fat storage like this, even in a younger gal like her body responded in 2 weeks, drop a 1. You are infested with short chain amino acids. Let's talk about peptides. Let's talk about injectables versus GLP-1. GLP-1 tricks the brain. You are getting a weekly injection, a bi-weekly injection, or a monthly injection. You're tricking the brain. Long term, you're doing nothing. It's like having alcohol right now. You've got an amazing buzz. The buzz declines over hours. Okay, number 2, injectables, always ask for your shot insert. You might think, oh, there's this huge trendy topic that because I'm injecting it in the bloodstream, it absorbs well. I beg to differ. I've listened to 4+ Audible books now, and I've interviewed 20+ peptide experts, okay, on podcast. A microbeaded peptide is the best absorption. Why? It's a mimicking effect at a cellular level of what's already found in your body, meaning it's not coming in as a foreign substance. Let me say it again. It's a mimicking effect at a cellular level of what's found in your body. It's not coming in as a foreign substance. A microbeaded peptide, there are 20,000 of them. The one, if you struggle with weight, I would highly recommend showing you the tippy top of what I call right here, tesofensin. Tesofensin at the very, very tippy top of this microbeaded peptide, it's microbeaded for absorption, is tesofensin, which is your weight loss, your food noise, treats, they're saying, disorders of binge eating, food noise, weight loss, sugar, and salt cravings. The bottom right triangle is what's called DIEXA. I want you to think of your focus. I want you to think of the poor child that's in school constantly being tired or constantly being in trouble and getting sent home notes because they have a bad attention span. That's the right bottom. That's what DIEXA is for. It's for tremendous mood focus, and guess what? Stimulant free. That does not exist. This is mimicking cellular effect of what's already in your body. The left bottom is BCP157. BCP157 is literally, I want you to think of when you have to evacuate from somewhere. Someone's dropping their boat in the water, babe. When you have to evacuate from somewhere, this evacuates inflammation off the body and takes pressure off the joints, okay? This is a 3-in-1 medical grade peptide. It reminds a lot of the video, the movie Limitless. You've got that movie Limitless. Can you see it? That's exactly what this peptide is, stimulant free. There is a video, and I would love to introduce you to the expert. If you drop the word elevate in the comments, I will send it to you. If you do not have any type of binge eating or food noise, I recommend a 3-in-1 or 2-in-1 peptide stack known as Body. Body has an exercise mimicking effect, is more for body composition, more for an improvement to your muscle tone. GLPs eat the muscle mass. Peptides in the form of a microbead do not. So drop Body if you're like, I don't really have that food noise and I'm not a binge eater. If you do, you're more elevate. If you want to grab a bottle today, you are offered, because no one's ever explained this to you the way that I have, for 30 days money back guaranteed, proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and CLEAN. I need you to see for yourself. The only frickin' ingredients listed on this bottle is exactly what I said. Short chain amino acids. There's no phosphorus, there's no embros, there's no fillers. Be careful. Go the extra $1. If you want to claim a bottle for 30 days money back guaranteed, a whole month supply is going to cost you $209. You lock in the price at $189. You get it today for $169. Go get your Trizepatide GLP-1 shot that tricks the brain for $299. The cost of this is going to cost you way more than the price today if you wait. Okay, so that's for that. Drop Elevate with a star or Body for a star, and I will send you that shareable link, and you can get it shipped today and start it by Monday. What you're gonna do is you are gonna send me a direct message. This is my Instagram Messenger, that's my Facebook Messenger. Obviously, we're all on Facebook. You're most likely gonna send me a message on Facebook saying the word Elevate or Face or Body. You want both? Send Elevate and Body. If you want to claim your bottle, you go to thebreakfastshow.net. I have less than 500 bottles left of Elevate. I'm going to tell you something. All of these products that are proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and clean, everything goes through a system. It's systematic and sourced. You're not going to find this in a warehouse where there's rats and mice running around. Where's the source coming from? So yes, there is a sellout that happens often. Thebreakfastshow.net, when it goes in the web browser, you'll see the term Nueva. You click on Nueva and there should be a body and beauty link. You're looking for Elevate or you're looking for what? Body. Just so you know, today is your last day. If you take the Elevate and you purchase it, you get my Boost, which is a mushroom gummy, which ashwagandha is inside of it, for free for eternity. It will come to your door every single month, even if you order nothing else. So again, that ends today. That's a $50 value. I recommend what's called a signature set. The direction for you is to take this for 2 months on, 1 month off. This is a mimicking effect at a cellular level. This is how the body adapts to peptides. You take it for March and April. May you take off. June you purchase in July. The signature set gives you that until July with the Boost for free. It's $530 today. So that's a full 4-month supply. You will message or go to the breakfastshow.net. You'll see Nueva. You'll see signature set. If you have any problems with ordering or finding, or you're just not tech savvy, what do? I invite you into my inbox. So protein is your goal weight in grams of protein. You have to Google that. You have to go to Google and say desirable weight, 5'7" female. The number, it's going to be a low range to a high range. The high range is our number now for grams of protein. Times it by 4, that's the calories and protein you need. You're confused, drop power play so I can get you into the app and walk you through it for 7 days in a row and voice note you every day what you're doing wrong to get you what you're doing right. Number 2, your water intake is half of your weight in ounces of water every day. If you drink pop, alcohol, coffee, it's okay, but you have to add those ounces back in on top of half of your weight. And lastly, we have the fiber component, 25 grams of fiber. Do not ever use this. No longer will you ever buy this, and no longer will you use electrolytes or shop at Target for this. These are all filled with toxins, dyes, and carcinogens. Maybe your foods are a good rating. Get the YUKA app and scan your foods, and if it's not a good rating, you now know why you've been struggling to lose weight and why you've been putting weight on. If you have any questions, now is the time to send me a direct comment in there. Hi, beautiful Wendy. Tell me in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer it. We might have a surprise episode tomorrow. Every Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 9:30 a.m. you are guaranteed an episode. I will tell you that I was standing here 8 years ago with 60 grand in debt. Okay? Single mom, 3 jobs. So my background was human resources, and I cleaned houses, and I was a hairstylist in my basement. And I came across an article that forever changed my life, and I say this to you because today might be what forever changes your life. The article that I read, it wasn't about the YUKA app. It was actually about a guy who paid his ex-wife, I can't even tell you how many billions of dollars. And it just sparked something inside of me to think, okay, I went through a divorce. I never took my ex-husband for child support. I still haven't to this day, and she's 11. I want to do it on my own. What is this man doing? And I started to dig in a little deeper. And I found and got a little jealous that he had the kind of money to create products where he could have warehouses in all the states and that it would go directly to a consumer. Think of Amazon. And he was very successful. I found the product for invention would be about $2,000. A warehouse would be $3,000 a month for rent. To have customer service reps would be $4,000. And I found out to have inventory on hand would be an extra $6,000. It was a depression session. But then I dug deeper. And I found that if I could find a product, I looked into 176 companies where billions of people demand science, clinicals, third-party validation, and cleanliness. I didn't have to have anything. All I had to do was find the clients. But I only had 200 friends on a Facebook account at this time. But I found if I was positive and coachable and hungry, I could start earning up to 40% commission, and I never had to sign people up to be underneath me. I never had to pay a fee monthly or come up with any of the things that I told you that guy had to have. I stand here today in the last 8 years. Not only do I have 500 people that I'm helping, we sold $600,000 worth of products last month, 30,000 by myself, to tell you that if you are positive, coachable, and hungry to make more money, to pay off debt, to go on more dates, to travel more, to get rid of the job you know what hate, I want you to drop the word hybrid in the comments so I can share the exact model that more people than I bet you can even imagine living on your street are tapping into every single day, including the busy people who found this is mobile. I can do this. The people who said they didn't have time, it's in the nooks and crannies of your day. I can do this. You're introverted, there's scripts. You click a button from your keyboard and literally I give you a piece of content every day. You tell me any leader out there in this space that does that without having to recruit people to be underneath you, it doesn't exist. So if you are positive, coachable, and you're sick of playing small, because I can guarantee you're playing just a little bit titty bitty smaller, drop the word hybrid and I'm going to jump into your inbox. I don't want to, I'm not desperate at all. I'm not going to beg, sell, or convince you. But if you're positive and coachable and you're hungry, and you're on your hands and knees begging and praying for a solution like I was, with 60 grand in debt on Medicaid and on food stamps and a freaking loser of a mom who saw my kids 6 hours a week, you'll be strong enough to drop the word hybrid. And I bet you're skeptical. There's no monthly fee. There's no monthly minimum. You don't have to do reels. You don't have to go live. So you know what? Before you say no to something that could be the breaking point and the next best thing that's ever happened to you, be open to the model, because you'll never find supplements that are like this. You'll never find leadership of someone who literally will show you the frickin' way. And you'll never find the system that's already been created for you that I failed forward with, that I help over 500 people a flippin' month run their face off to earn an additional stream of income and have a residual income. Today I'm gonna go give them a picture right here. No face, no people are gonna go, what is that, Sam? You want what you have to be able to say? If I share a video that explains the science better than I can, will you watch it? Sure, send the video with your shareable, with your referral link. Earn up to 40% commission. Boop! Drop hybrid. I got you, look at, I got Sam, I got Kathleen, I got Britt. I have to take, the comments will disappear. Now is your last chance. I'll give 60 seconds. Like I said, I've got hairstylists, anesthesiologists, nurse anesthetists, business owners, hair salon teachers, working for the government, people in credit card processing, people in sales. You name the profession, they are doing this. So no, you're not going to be this outsourcer that's not tech savvy. No one comes out of the vagina or out of the belly having a social media presence. Jeff, was that a little much?
A little much, honey.
No one does. Okay? Are you positive and coachable and hungry? Are you positive and coachable and hungry? The excuses that people have me almost vomiting. I didn't start my business 8 years ago going live. I didn't start my business 8 years ago doing reels. I started my business curled up in a ball with 200 friends on Facebook, broke, busted, and disgusted. So think about that. Can you go find people? Because there's billions. Yes, and they can be just like you. Can you go and give people scripts and not do lives and reels? Yes, there's people doing it right now. I got Nancy and Kelly. Who else? Boom. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow for an episode. I freaking love you. I'm so passionate. You might be like, why is she screaming at me? I can't wait to be back for another episode. Remember, you're guaranteed Monday through Friday between 8:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. I'm obsessed with listening to Audible books, and every single day sharing with you what I learned. And if you're a little skeptical about me, go follow me for the last 8 years, because I can stand here in front of you proudly to tell you that I've gone through cancer, I've gone through losing family members, and there hasn't been one day that I haven't showed up. You are my reason why, and so is Bella, and so is Jeff. I will never go back to where I was ever again, and I will never quit on you, and I will never quit on myself. Happy Saturday. Have the best day. Get out there and frickin' crush.